Beau just released a video titled "Let's Talk About How Trump Brought Manufacturing Back," and Yang. Let's watch it.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Beau again. So today we're going to talk about how Trump brought manufacturing back to the United States. This was a big campaign promise of his in 2016, and it's kind of happening. So what we're going to do is go through the reasons it's happening and see if he can really take credit for it. If this really is promises made, promises kept. To give you an overview, short version is companies want to move production closer to home. Now that may be within their nation of origin or just within the region. But they want to reduce the length of their supply chain. That's their goal. Okay, the reasons they're doing this. Number one, climate change and the instability it's likely to cause. Given the fact that President Trump did a whole bunch of things to make climate change worse, yeah, sure, we can give him credit for this. This reason falls under him, at least in part, in that 4D chess kind of way. The second, the exposure of weaknesses in times of crisis. Basically, he mishandled the public health thing so much that companies experienced interruptions in their supply chain. So they don't want that to happen again. They are responding to his incompetence. The third thing, national security. And this one he intended to do. Trump rightfully pointed out that a lot of components for military hardware are made in countries that at some point in the future could become opposition. That's probably going to change. I would point out that he missed the fact that the reason they're likely to become opposition is climate change, and that generally speaking, economic ties between countries prevents war. The fourth is trade disputes, his tariff wars. Not so much the tariffs themselves, but the erratic nature. Basically, companies could not respond fast enough to his tweets to keep their supply chain intact. It was too erratic. They didn't know what was going on. Uncertainty is bad for business. So they're changing that, and they're bringing manufacturing closer to home. It's 4 of the 5 reasons, and if you are a Trump supporter right now, despite my little jabs, you're probably saying, hey, promises made, promises kept. I would like to point out that I have been saying manufacturing is coming back, not manufacturing jobs. Because the 5th reason is labor costs. This is from Merrill, Bank of America. Firms in almost all industries plan to make the transition work using robots and automation. They are suggesting that the use of robots will double in the next 5 years, maybe even more than that, because the cost of automation keeps dropping. So while manufacturing may be coming back, those good union jobs, they aren't. It's not going to be like the old days because it isn't the old days. The United States historically is not a country that looks to the past, which was a critical error in the Trump administration. I would also like to point out that it's pretty telling that he didn't see this coming, that nobody in the administration saw this coming, given the fact that during the Democratic primaries, there was a candidate who was pretty much just saying this over and over and over and over again. Andrew Yang did a really good job of explaining that the robots are coming for your job. At the end of the day, manufacturing is coming back, but those jobs are probably not coming with it, not to the scale that people are imagining. There will be those who maybe the robots will be made here. Maybe there's that. There will be some technician jobs. But the idea of those manufacturing jobs, those that he promised, they're not coming. They are phased out. They are obsolete. And again, I would point out that this was accomplished by making climate change worse and increasing the chance of war with major powers. I'm not sure that was a good trade, despite the fact it came from the guy behind Art of the Deal. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.
Andrew Yang is going to be someone who is you're going to want to follow and pay attention to in the upcoming years.